Welcome back. Today we're going to go over the time to degree completion for Orange Coast College students dashboard. On the top left here, we can see that the data covers from 2020 to 2024, meaning that the cohorts of students are looked at in that time frame, no earlier, no later. Starting at the very top, we see we have these two nice visualizations. The first one being years taken to complete degree. As you can see here, we have buckets, 0 to 2 years, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 9 years, and 10 plus years in which it took the amount of time for that group of students to obtain a degree from Orange Coast College. When looking at both of these, it's important to note that as you can see in the slicers or your filters on the corner right here, this is filtering on the entire college, so no filtering has been done just yet. With that being said, looking at the overall college, we have 35% of the students who graduated or completed a degree in 0 to 2 years, and then about 40% of the students, 39.2, who did 2 to 4, and then 4 to 9 at 20%, and then 10 plus at 7.8%. To the right of that, we have the average number of years to degree completion awarded. And this, of course, is by type. As we can see, we have associate degrees, certificates, and associate for transfers. Looking at the current trend, you can see that the associate's degree is taking a little bit longer. I would say 1 year to be exact in comparison to the associate for transfers degree. And then you have the certificate coming in at 4.2 years as well. Just below our two visualizations at the top, we have two other visualizations, but more so from data and perspective below. I'll start to the left here, time to completion by program of study. Basically, you can select the degree title that you are looking for on this list if you really wanted to, and you can start analyzing some of the data. For instance, if we look at animation, you'll see that we have the time to completion for 0 to 2 years, 2 to 4 years, 4 to 9, and 10 plus. You'll also notice that the numbers have also shifted as well, showing you the percent of the students who obtain a degree in 0 to 2 years, 2 to 4, etc. up here. So we have 14.3 at 0 to 2, 43% at 2 to 4, and then lower on the lower end, 14.3 to 4 to 9, and 29 at 10 plus years. And then, of course, when you average all of these in to the degree types that are being awarded, you can see that the associate degree is 7.2 years, and the certificates for this are 6.6 years. To the right of this visualization, what you'll also see as adjusted is the race, ethnicity, and gender piece. Here you'll see that for this particular degree, animation, you have some trends for the white population trending at 33.3% for 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 9, and then for multiple we have 100%. It's important to note that the 100% and whatnot, that could be due to low sample size, so just be wary of that. So for instance, if we had 2 students who were declared as multiple race and 2 out of 2 passed, that would be the reason for the 100%. When we hit the little drop down menu right here, we can see again, you see that 100%, but then we also see male is now visible for Asian. And again, going back to what I said, that could be due to small sample size. Go down this way, you will see more of the different trend. You'll see the females now involved. Again, perhaps a low sample size for female, and then male, you see the trends going 0 to 2, 4 to 9 as well. To the left of the dashboards, I wanted to show you some of the filters or slicers, if you will. We're able to filter on the entire dashboard based on these. So for instance, if I wanted to look at Hispanic Latinx students, as you can see, everything on the dashboard has shifted. This visualization right here, the time to completion by race, ethnicity, and gender, you'll see that only Hispanic has now been revealed. That, of course, is because we just selected it. And then, of course, we have the drop-down menu again. As you can see, because we're looking at the entire institution, these numbers look a little bit more full, if you will. There's none that just say 50% or 100%. That's because our sample size has increased significantly, being that we're not only looking at one degree, we're looking at the entire institution of Orange Coast College. On that note, you will see the total for the 0 to 2 years right here for when you're looking at female, male, non-binary, unknown, and 2 to 4 years as well, 36.65%, 28%, and then 9.37%. Similar to our selection of race ethnicity for Hispanic, Latinx population, we'll see that below we also have a few more slicers that we could use to drill down as well. For instance, if you were to select male, you'll see that everything shifts according to the selection. Going back to this down here, you only see that male is the only one that shows, but more importantly, you'll also see that it's only filtered when looking at these two visualizations as well. If you further want to drill down to your particular department, we'll use accounting as an example. You'll see that all the data further gets drilled down even smaller because we are only looking at the Department of Accounting. When we're looking at only the Department of Accounting, we can further drill down on looking at certificates. Notice how associate degree disappeared. It's just because you selected you only want to view certificates. Or likewise, if you want to do that for associate degrees, you can also see all the other data move with it as well. Lastly, we do have the graduation year of the particular students that did graduate. So if they graduated in 2020, 21, or if they graduated in 2021, 22, 2022, 23, 23, 24, etc., your data is going to shift according to whatever graduation year you do select for that set of students. Moving over to the next page, if you click units, you will see that we now have everything broken out into a different format. Looking at this sheet is especially important because we want to make sure that our students are graduating with the right amount of units that they should be by the time that they are, and that they're not taking any more classes than they should. That's where this page really comes in handy because we want to make sure that they do ultimately graduate or obtain their educational goal of choice. So basically, when you look at the graph right here, you'll see that the number of students who earned 1 to 80 units by the time they graduated was 65.4%, and just below that is 34% at 81 to 160 units, and they kind of drops off from there. Ideally, I'm assuming we'd want to be around this area, the 1 to 80, depending on the program of study or field with the student is taking. To the right of it, we also have the breakout by associate degree, certificate, and associate degrees first chance. Just showing the average amount of units that's taking to earn each and every one of them. For instance, 79 units for an associate degree, and then 73.5 units for a certificate. These breakouts can be further seen down below here. For instance, you have accounting. So if we hone in on accounting, you'll see again that the visualizations do adapt. Units earned by all students, 57.1% for the 1 to 80 units, and then for the 81 to 160, we get the 38.9%. How many units a student is actually graduating with when they are earning a degree affiliated with that particular bucket of units. The same could be shown for the average amount of units for that particular degree. So if it's a certificate or an associate degree, for instance, from accounting, they'll give you those numbers as well. Looking over to the breakout by race, ethnicity, gender, you'll see the percentages broken up for the 1 to 80, 81 to 160, and 161 to 240. If you look at black, again, low sample size, most likely for the 50 to 100%, but you'll see the breakouts. If you look out by black, Filipino, Latinx, they all vary, and they are going to be pretty small depending on if you're looking at the drill down of the degree or not. We can also use our slicers or filters again on the side. For instance, when we're filtering on black, we'll see everything does shift. And then when we further filter on gender, it shifts even smaller because we're still highlighted on accounting. The same can be said with award type and also department as well. Although we already filtered on accounting, but still it's kind of there. If you have any further questions pertaining to these two views, you can always go to our data notes. In the data notes, you will see that we do have definitions for race, ethnicity, gender, units attempted, units earned, and so forth. So if you have any questions, please refer to the data notes. Unless these data notes are unable to answer your questions, please do contact us down below. Office of Institutional Effectiveness, OCC Research at occ.cccd.edu. Thank you and have a nice day.